God's promise. How can God's promise change the way I live? When you are absolutely convinced that God is able to do anything He promises, then the troubles of this world are put up in perspective. When you see you are absolutely convinced that God will keep His promises, you will follow Him without hesitation. And when you follow Him, you will have peace no matter what happens. God's response. When God promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations, Abraham believed him. God had also said, "Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars." Even though such a promise seemed impossible, and Abraham's faith didn't weaken. Even though he knew that he was too old to be father at the age of 100, and Sarah, his wife, had never believed in having children, Abraham never wavered in believing God's promise. In fact, his faith grew stronger and he brought glory to God. He was absolutely convinced that God was able to do anything He promised. Romans 4:18-21. God's promise. God has given us both His promises and His oath. These two things are unchangeable because it is impossible for God to lie. Therefore, we who have fled from Him for refuge can take new courage, for we can hold on to His refuge with His promise and confidence. Hebrews 6:18.